Welcome to Azure in 5 minutes. I'm Thiago Passos, and today I'm going to show you how to expose your API endpoints using Azure Functions. Alright, so let's get started. Here I've got a .NET Core application in Visual Studio. I've got my application layer, I've got my tests. I'm not going to go over tests right now, but here we go. I'm using the CQRS button, so I've got some queries and a command. And what I want to do is I want to expose one of those queries using Azure Functions. Okay, so this is the query I want to expose. And to get started, let me create a new project here. And the project is going to be Azure Functions. So I'm going to give it a name, Demo Functions API. I've got some options here, so I can choose between .NET Core and .NET Framework. I'm using .NET Core, so I'm going to choose .NET Core. Be aware it's still in preview. It's working fine. And also you have a few options to start with regarding the function itself. So you can choose HP trigger, Q trigger, and timer trigger. But that's just a start. So once you create your function app, you can create multiple functions with different triggers and different outputs and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to start with the HP trigger. And you're going to see how the function itself looks like in Visual Studio. Okay, so it's going to take a few seconds to get the references. So everything goes normal again. Cool. And there you go. You've got a new function in Visual Studio. And what I want to do here, I'm going to configure very quickly the dependency injection. Right, so the DI configuration is now done, and what I want to do next is inject that here. So this is going to be all gone, and at the top here I'm going to use the dependency injection config, and the type of that is going to be that DI config that I just created. Okay, and now I can inject anything in here. All right, using the inject attribute. So I'm going to inject the give me some values query, and that's going to be a query. Okay, and I'm going to return a new OK object result, and I'm going to run that query. Okay. All right, so that's all done. And if I press F5 now, oops, I'm just going to change that to this guy here. So if I press F5, the Azure function is going to kick off, and I'm going to be able to go to the browser and pass that URL to the browser so I can test locally. I can also debug if I want to, everything local. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to my browser, and I'm going to paste that function, and you're going to see that function coming up. All right, so that's all working locally, and now it's time for us to deploy to Azure. Okay, so let's go back to Visual Studio, and I'm going to stop this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on the project and publish. I know that friends don't let friends right-click and publish. But to get started, it's pretty simple, right? After that, we can configure the CI/CD pipeline, but for now, that's gonna suffice. So I'm going to create a new function app. So that's gonna query my Azure subscription. I'm going to create a new resource group, so it's all grouped together, so I can delete later. And I'm going to create. Okay, so it seems it's all done. I can copy this URL now, or I can just click on that, and it's going to open the function app in the browser. All right, but I want to get the endpoint itself. So if I go to the portal, I can see that the function is there. I can grab the URL of that function, and now I can test the function itself. So it should bring a list of strings the same way it did locally. And it did. And that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you like this video, please press the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers!